What's up, darts fans? Welcome back to DartsReport.com. Smash that like button so you don't miss a thing. Nathan Aspinall has admitted his iconic walk-on song grates on him, and he's planning a change. So what's actually going on? Nathan the Asp Aspinall has admitted that his iconic walk-on song, Mr. Brightside by The Killers, grates on him. The two-time major champion plans to change it to Lose Yourself by Eminem in his final year on tour. Speaking on the Double Tops podcast, he dropped the bombshell. Here's what he had to say.
Joy's thinking Nathan when you do it.
For the dance fans.
I might be called Nathan Aspinall anymore. I walk down the street and oh, Mr. Brightside.
Oh, Nathan. Really? Do you get that?
Yeah, great something. But nah, everyone absolutely loves it, and it's part of the darts now. You know, I think there's certain walk-ons that are iconic. Yeah. You know, obviously Michael's, Phil's, Barney's, Gary Anderson's, Ada Lewis. Yeah, you know, there's certain whatever.
Brutal honesty from the Asp. Aspinall acknowledged that certain walk-on songs are iconic and cannot be changed, naming Michael Van Gerwen, Phil Taylor, Raymond Van Barneveld, Gary Anderson, and Adrian Lewis as examples. But for himself, he revealed a specific plan. Here's what he said about the switch.
Certain ones that you just can never change. you can never change, and I can't change it until it's my final year, and I will change it to Lose Yourself.
Yeah?
1,000,000%.
Well, we spoke to Matt Porter on the show last week.
He's already experimented with the Eminem track earlier this year en route to winning the German Darts Grand Prix, using it against Kevin Dotes. Also last year in the German Darts Championship. So the change is coming, just not yet. The conversation also turned to Aspinall's overall motivation. He stated bluntly that he doesn't care about trophies. It's about making money for his family. You have to wonder if that mindset affects his performances on the biggest stages.
It's not about money. I do this game because it's my job, and I don't want my kids to ever worry about money.
Yeah.
I don't want to worry about money. I honestly, God, couldn't care less about trophies.
Wow.
Honestly, you know, I'll probably get a lot of stick for that. But
it's you. You're honest.
I'm not in it to, you know, obviously I want to win tournaments.
Yeah.
Of course I do. And if I win a trophy, buzzing.
Yeah.
I've got a trophy cabinet at home with a load of running up ones.
Right.
Strong words from the Asp. He added that of course he wants to win, but it's very much a case of trying to make as much money as possible over the next 10 years. What do you think? Is that a healthy approach, or does it lack ambition? And finally, Littler asked Mitchell for selfie. Former BDO world champion Scott Mitchell has revealed that Luke Littler asked him for a selfie first, not the other way around. Speaking after a solid exhibition in his hometown of Bournemouth, the 55-year-old shared the story.
So we've known each other since he was about 13 years old, and I watched the way that he does things, and I kind of had a little comment last week about what happened and lost about 2,000 followers on Twitter, probably all Dutch. But look, I think that we're still forgetting he's only 19 years old.
Classic Mitchell. He opened up about his health and form, saying he had some health issues in 2025, but is through that now. He added, "I'm 55 now. We're all getting older, and it's a young man's game. But some of us old guys have still got a little bit left." Mitchell admitted that playing in his hometown made things tougher. To hit that double against Danny Noppert was harder than hitting the double to win the World Championship because it's in my hometown. He reflected on losing his tour card in 2022 by finishing 66th instead of 64th. He is now considering a return to the Pro Tour. "I'd love another crack at the Pro Tour, but everything has to line up properly." On the rise of young talent, Mitchell praised Littler's impact. What he's done for darts over the last 2 years is unprecedented. He also highlighted 15-year-old Mitchell Laurie, who reached the final of the WDF World Championship. "I can't wait to watch him develop." Mitchell says he's probably got a couple more years left himself. What do you think? Should he give the Pro Tour another go? Speaking of iconic players, Jackpot's back. 9 daughter in Stevenage. Adrian Jackpot Lewis rolled back the years with a stunning 9-dart finish during an exhibition match against Stephen Bunting at the Gordon Craig Theater in Stevenage last night. The two-time world champion produced the perfect leg in the headline match of the MDA exhibition, sending the crowd into raptures.
Lewis was in superb form throughout the evening. He opened with a 3-1 win over Nathan Aspinall, then defeated Fallon Sherrick. The 9-darter came in the final against Bunting, capping off a memorable night. He went on to complete a 6-2 victory.
The exhibition also featured Damon Hedda, who beat Sherrick 3-2 after coming from 2-0 down, and Stephen Bunting, who whitewashed Raymond van Barneveld 3-0. Hedda then saw off Aspinall before the golden match between Lewis and Bunting. Lewis recently confirmed he would not be attending Q School and had only returned for exhibitions, stating he would only come back to try and win a third world title. But after this display, many will wonder if the 9-darter could be a catalyst for a fuller comeback. The 9-dart week continues, with Nathan Aspinall also having hit a perfect leg in Bolton against Chris Dobie. Sherrick will be in action today at the Women's Series. One thing is certain, Adrian Lewis has still got it. Now for today's PDC Diary. King's Tour Card Comeback. Mervyn King is back on the big stage after securing his tour card via Q School in January, and he's already dishing out advice with his trademark humor. When asked to offer one piece of advice to viewers, King deadpanned, "Get a proper accountant." The quip comes amid his well-documented prior troubles with money, including a long-running conflict with tax authorities that saw his assets taken and accounts frozen. The 60-year-old was visibly emotional when he clinched his tour card after losing it in 2024.
It was absolutely brilliant. As you say, I was very emotional. I slogged my guts out for 4 days and managed to fall over the line on the last day, double my points, and just get my tour card. That meant the absolute world to me.
King recalled his first major title, the British Open, in 1996, where he beat Wayne Mardle. He later became Winmau World Masters champion in 2004, defeating Tony O'Shea. "So I probably wasn't his favorite person, let's put it that way," King joked. His favorite PDC moment? Smashing Phil Taylor in the semifinals of the Premier League. He beat the Power 10-6 in his first Premier League campaign, then lost the final to James Wade. He also lost Players' Championship finals in 2010 and 2020, plus the World Grand Prix to Van Gerwen.
Currently ranked world number 112, King has a year and a half to earn enough money to finish in the top 64. Despite his age, he remains hopeful. "I'm still hitting 100-plus averages, so the game is still there, even at 60 years old." Classic King.
Also in the news, Barney takes break from darts.
Raymond van Barneveld has announced he will skip a large part of the PDC circuit over the coming months in a bid to rediscover his form and enjoyment of darts. The 5-time world champion, who has struggled with poor results and a mental battle, will step back after the Players' Championship events on Monday and Tuesday in Leicester.
I still have some exhibitions scheduled. I'll play those, but otherwise I'm stepping back until September. I'll still pick a few, but I'm going to skip multiple tournaments. Carrying on like this makes no sense whatsoever, not even if it costs me the World Championship. Strong words from Barney. He described his current form as mega, really mega, bad, and compared his mental state to a chronically injured footballer. Despite speculation about retirement, he is not ready to quit. "Because I don't want to be remembered as the wall of complaints. I want to win tournaments."
A fresh start in England is central to his plans. On May 26th, Van Barneveld will get the keys to his new home in Milton Keynes, where he will live with his girlfriend Julia. The location is strategic. The venue for floor tournaments is close by. He's also signed with new management, Invictus Darts Management, guided by Steve Mottershead.
Steve said recently, "Your head belongs on darts Mount Rushmore. You're one of the 4 faces of the sport." That did open my eyes a bit. Barney remains convinced a turnaround is possible. It can flip just like that, although it seems like opponents always bring their A-game against me. You have to wonder if this break is exactly what he needs to come back stronger.
What a day for darts, from Aspinall's walk-on confession to Lewis's 9-darter. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest from the Pro Tour. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss a thing. See you tomorrow.